The moment a patient transitions from lying to standing, gravity forces a significant volume of blood down toward the lower extremities. Normally, baroreceptors in the body instantly detect this drop in blood pressure. They trigger a compensatory response, increasing the heart rate and constricting blood vessels to maintain cardiac output and keep blood flowing to the brain. But when this system fails to engage, the patient experiences orthostatic or postural hypotension. The blood stays pooled in the legs, and cardiac output temporarily drops. The sudden lack of cerebral blood flow creates an immediate physical reaction. Patients will exhibit dizziness, blurry vision, generalized weakness, and in severe cases, syncope. Understanding this internal failure mechanism is critical because it turns a routine daily movement into a high-risk hazard for a fall. To diagnose this mechanical failure, we measure what are known as orthostatic vitals. You need 3 specific tools to perform this assessment: a sphygmometer to measure blood pressure, a stethoscope, and a watch or digital timer. Before taking any measurements, you have to know why a patient is at risk. 2 main underlying causes trigger this condition: hypovolemia, which is a depletion of fluid volume from dehydration or bleeding, and pharmacology, specifically the use of diuretics and antihypertensives. Identifying these physiological and pharmacological risk factors dictates exactly which patients require strict monitoring to prevent life-threatening injuries. Step 1 is establishing an accurate baseline. Have the patient lie supine in a quiet, distraction-free environment. The patient must remain in this resting state for a minimum of 5 minutes. This allows their cardiovascular system to fully stabilize. Once that time has passed, measure and precisely document the baseline blood pressure and heart rate. Rushing this resting step invalidates the entire test. Without an accurate baseline, it is mathematically impossible to detect the physiological drop later in the assessment. Next, you physically assist the patient out of bed and into a standing position. Because standing triggers the gravity deficit, you must stand shoulder to shoulder with the patient, remaining extremely close to provide immediate physical support. Watch and listen closely. The critical abort criteria include the sudden onset of severe dizziness, blurry vision, or a feeling of imminent syncope. If any of these symptoms appear, you abort the protocol immediately. Return the patient to a seated or supine position without delay. Gathering clinical data is secondary. Preventing a traumatic fall is your absolute priority during this transition. If the patient handles the transition well, the observation timer begins the exact moment they are stabilized on their feet. Wait exactly 1 minute. Then, measure and document the first standing blood pressure and heart rate. Keep the patient standing. When the timer hits 3 minutes, capture the second, final set of measurements. Record these standing data points continuously alongside your original supine baseline for comparison. Capturing these 2 distinct timeframes provides a complete picture of whether the cardiovascular system's compensatory mechanisms are just slow to react or completely failing. This mock health record chart displays how we analyze the data. We compare the initial baseline supine reading against the lowest standing reading. First, look at the systolic pressure. If the top number shows a drop of 20 millimeters of mercury or more between the supine and standing positions, the diagnostic criteria is met. The same logic applies to the diastolic pressure. A drop of 10 millimeters of mercury or more on the bottom number also meets the criteria. Crossing either of these mathematical thresholds within 3 minutes of standing definitively confirms a positive diagnosis for orthostatic hypotension. Once a patient tests positive, nursing interventions focus on safely navigating this gravity deficit. Instruct the patient to change positions slowly and to sit and dangle their feet on the edge of the bed for at least 5 minutes before attempting to stand. You should also encourage adequate oral fluid intake, as long as the patient is not on fluid restrictions, to maintain circulating volume. Mastering this specific measurement protocol and diagnostic math allows you to accurately assess cardiovascular responses and protect vulnerable patients from gravity-induced injuries.